What's up guys, RYNDA here, recording another video because I feel like it once again. So we're back, playing Katawa Shoujo, and let's get started. So I think we just started Act 1, where we left off? Okay. The gate looked far too pompous for what it was. In fact, gates in general seem to do that, but this one especially so. Why you gotta be hating on gates, man? Gates are cool. Gate. Red bricks, black wrought iron, and gray plaster assembled into a whole that didn't feel welcoming at all. My god, I cannot speak today. I wonder if it looked like what a gate for a skull should look like, but couldn't really decide. Probably no. Of course I didn't want to get stuck on thinking about the gate for too long, so I entered through it with a brisk pace that felt surprisingly good. So he's finally what's his name? I think his name is Hisao? Yeah. So Hisao is finally starting school at the new school for disabled kids. Yeah, I think so. I forget. It's been a whole entire week since I recorded a video, so yeah. Moving forward feels good. Oh, this looks nice. It has a lot of floors to it and looks pretty big as well. So I walked towards the main building of Yamaku Academy with this brisk pace. I'm alone as my parents are taking my stuff to the dorms, and there's supposed to be someone waiting for me. The grounds are incredibly lush, filled with green. Unlike California, everything is slowly becoming yellower, and I cry. It doesn't feel like the kind of grounds a school would have, more like a park, with a clean walkway going past trees and the smell of fresh cut grass and all other park-like things. Words like clean and hygienic pop in my mind. It makes me shudder. Okay, that's just weird. How come you don't like clean and hygienic stuff, Hisao? I shake them off. Stay open-minded now. It's your new life. You have to take it as it comes. That's what I tell myself. Lacey's trying to be optimistic about it. Optimismic. A few big buildings loom behind the leafy canopies. Too big and too many for just a school. Everything seems off. It's different from what I thought I knew about schools. It's an uncanny valley. Even though I was told this is my new school, in the back of my head, it doesn't feel like one. Yeah, look how big this is. It's practically... well, technically it is an academy. I wonder if the feeling is real or caused by my expectations of a school for the disabled. Speaking of that, I don't see anyone else here. It's kind of eerie. It makes me wish there was somebody here so I could anchor myself to something tangible instead of having this feeling that I stepped into another dimension. That's how all three of us felt when we went to freaking high school. We were just like, where are our classes? I don't know. Our high school is pretty big because it's technically the only high school in our city. Yeah. The trees hum with the wind and the green hues flashing all around me catch my attention. It makes me think about hospitals again, how they say the operating rooms are painted green because green is a calming color. I thought blue was a calming color. Well, green does have blue hues in it, so... So why am I feeling so anxious despite all this greenery? ... Only after I stand in front of the haughty main building, I surprised myself by realizing why the gate bothered me. It was the last chance I had to turn back, even if I had no life I could return to. Poor dude. But still, after entering, there was absolutely no way I could go back anymore. Feeling nervous and with this realization sit in my head, I opened the front door. A tall man with bad posture notices me as I enter. We're the only people in the lobby, so it's only logical. Dang, this is a really snatchy school. Tall man. You must be Nikki? Nakai. So you are. Excellent. I'm your homeroom and science teacher. My name is Muto. Is that how you pronounce it? Is it? I don't know. Welcome. We exchange a handshake that is neither Welcome. That's weird. Yeah, I wonder how that happened. We exchange a handshake that is neither firm nor sloppy, and he looks at his watch. The head nurse asked you for a beef chicken visit, but there's no time for that now. Oh, should I go later? Yes, afternoon is probably fine. We should get going and introduce you to the rest of the class. They're waiting already. Waiting for me? I don't really like being the center of attention, but I guess it's inevitable. I don't know how to pronounce that word. In a situation like this. Somehow, not knowing what is waiting for me makes me feel really nervous. Thinking of this, I almost miss what the teacher is saying. Do you want to introduce yourself to the class? I'm gonna choose Y. Why? Because I hate well, let's see. Honestly, I have played a bit of the game before, but I forget which option gets you where. I don't think this one matters though, so I'm just gonna go Y because I'm shy as fuck. Yeah, really about it. Why? Do I have to? Of course not. That's why I asked. Do you guys like my deep voice? It's such a great voice, isn't it? Right. Let's go then. My heart is pounding in my chest, and it keeps me thinking about my condition as I follow the teacher up the stairs. The third door down, the third floor corridor, wow, that's a bit doohickey, is marked as the classroom for class 3-3. Muto opens the door and enters. Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm late again. Wow, okay, so apparently if you use the scrolly button, scroll on your mouse, you'll go back. Nice thing to know. I hesitate for a split second at the door, freezing on the spot. Ah, get a grip. This is a big step, I know that. But there isn't any point to worrying so much about it, at least not this soon. I follow the teacher into the classroom and look around, partially so I won't have to meet the curious gazes of my new classmates. Looks like with this, maybe this person doesn't have an ear. I think this is one of the main girls in the story. It's pretty spacious. The ceiling is unusually high, and there's lots of space left over around it in between the desks. An entire wall taken up by blackboards and the high, old-fashioned windows only make it seem larger. I really like this girl's hair. It defies gravity, somehow. The students' desks are just standard wooden desks with a shelf underneath for books and wooden chairs with metal frames. Simple and efficient. Yes, efficiency. I stop walking in front of the classroom and face the other students. They all look normal, like students in any other school. But then, why would they be here? They're probably like me and have something wrong with them, only it's just not immediately obvious. Then, I noticed that one of the girls seemed to be missing the thumb of her right hand. It's a little jarring. Is it this girl right over here? I have it there? I don't know. Oh my god, this dude in the back though. This dude in the back. Despite the natural tendencies to listen when someone's talking about you, I tune out to the teacher's speech halfway through while he introduces me to the class. I'm so sorry about my mistakes. I think this is where we're gonna be sitting. Oh wow, we're at the anime seat. We're at the anime desk. Oh my god. I notice a flash of dark hair and see that someone is looking at me. A girl with really long, straight hair that is pretty eye-catching. As she sees me looking back at her, she covers her face with her hands as if it would make her invisible. There is one boy with a cane leaning against the lockers at the rear of the class. It's weird seeing someone so young with a cane. Another girl seems to be making some sort of weird hand motions. Sign language? She peers at me over the rims of her glasses, then goes back to whatever she's doing. She's kind of cute. She was a cheery-looking girl with pink hair sitting next to her. She's really hard to miss. I don't know how I didn't notice her the moment I walked in. Please welcome our newest classmate. He claps his hand and so does everyone else, except one girl in the front row who has only one hand. I cringe a little, but hide it by bowing in thanks for this applause I did not deserve. Me every single time people try to give me attention, the majority of the time. After the applause, there is a brief silence that nobody seems to want to be responsible for breaking. The teacher soon realizes that he should probably say something. He opens up with some unintelligible noise, shuts up as he loses his momentum, and then starts introducing me. Nobody seems to be too interested. Maybe I should have said yes to his self-introduction thing. Probably realizing he doesn't know anything about me, he just ends up saying my name wrong again and asks me to write it on the blackboard. They have blackboards here? Why blackboards? Whiteboards are way cooler. Whiteboards are cool. I do that and turn back to face the class, feeling awkward. I listen to the teacher as he drones on about getting along while letting my gaze sweep across the classroom. Are we going back? No. Everyone seems to be listening to him intently, and when he's done, they clap their hands again, which feels like a weird thing to do. The first row girl claps on this round with her one hand against her other wrist that ends in a bent stump. It makes me feel a little bad. We're going to be doing some group work today, so that'll give you a chance to talk to everyone. Is that okay with you? No, it's not. Yes, it's fine with me. God damn it, Sal. That's good. You could work with Hakamichi. She is the class representative. She can explain anything you might want to know, and who else would be able to do that better, right? How could I know? The teacher passes out the day's assignments and announces that we'll be working in groups of 3. Son. It hits me that I don't know who Hakamichi is. Slow. The teacher seems to catch my hopeless expression. Oh, right, Hakamichi is right there. Shizune Hakamichi. As he calls out her name, the cute, bubbly-looking girl with bright pink hair and golden eyes waves her hand at me. I take a seat next to her by the window. Hey, I guess you're Hakamichi, right? It's nice to meet you. Ha 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 ha! That sounded so awkward. What? I'm caught off guard by her laughter. It's nice to meet you too, but I'm not Hakamichi, I'm Misha! This is Hakamichi, Shi-chan. Giggling, Misha points to the girl next to her, the one I saw using sign language before. It looks like she has been staring at me this whole time. She nods once nonchalantly to show that she acknowledges my presence, but only barely. She has short yet carefully, neatly brushed hair, a pair of oval-shaped glasses, balanced on the tip of a dainty nose, and dark blue eyes that seem to alternate every few seconds between analytical and slightly bored. It's nice to meet you. She immediately looks at Misha, who smiles and makes a few quick gestures to her. Quick gestures with her hands. Hakamichi nods and makes a few gestures of her own. I start to wonder if the teacher was messing with me, saying things like, "You'll be able to talk to people," and "Who better to explain things to you?" I can see you're a little confused, right? Right? But I understand why you would think I was Shi-chan. Shi-chan is deaf, so I'm the person who translates things back and forth for her. I'm like an interpreter. She said that's nice to meet you too. Wow. You're the new student, aren't you? Well, Shi-chan, of course he is. If he wasn't, he would have been standing up there for no reason, right? Right? Misha looks at me with a weird expression, then continues. We don't know much about him, but maybe we'll find something out later. Maybe I shouldn't have introduced myself after all. Anything would give him a better first impression than the teacher's drone and fumbling with my name. We knew that there was going to be a new student, but we didn't know you would be here today. So soon, Hee-chan, right? Hee-chan. Yep, it fits, doesn't it? Did I say that out loud? It's just a surprise. I never liked that nickname. I don't really see how. It fits! You look just like I imagined. ... Ha 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 ha. No, that's not right. Yeah, you look just like a Hee-chan. I wonder why everyone seems to think so. Hakamichi taps their fingers on the desk to get Misha's attention. They gesture back and forth to help each other excitedly, their hands a blur. Misha seems a little overwhelmed. Sorry about that. Shi-chan wants you to know that she's the class rep, so if there is anything you need to know, you can feel free to ask her. Do you like the school so far? We can show you around a little if you haven't had the time to walk around and familiarize yourself with it. Misha stumbles with the hard word a bit, making it stick out in her otherwise fluid translation. Thanks, that would be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just kinda came here straight to class today. Ha ha ha. That's no good. You should always try to learn as much as you can about where you're going before you go there. Not just with school either. Always, even if it's a trip to the convenience store. Really, Shi-chan. Ha ha ha. I'm really bad at Misha's laugh, my god. Learn about where you're going? I guess I didn't bother to do that, or just didn't care enough to do so. I didn't look forward to this, even if I committed myself to go along with it half-assedly, but anyway. I don't say anything, and Misha signs something that ends in a shrug. What was that? It seems like it was about me. I feel like slumping over in my seat. Both of them are smiling. But that shrug hit me unexpectedly deeply. You look down. Are you okay? Don't take it the wrong way, please. I hate it when people are afraid to ask questions. That's how people learn things, by asking. Asking for help is perfectly normal, as much as needing help. Stop looking like you just failed a test. Wahahaha. Alright. And another thing, you don't have to call Shi-chan something so formal like Hakamichi or class rep all the time. Just call her Shi-chan. Oh, but the music stopped and she's blushing. Okay, maybe that's too casual. Maybe Shizune would be more appropriate. Yep, Shizune is fine. Heh, okay, that would be a lot easier for me. I feel a lot more at ease. Both of them seem so friendly, so I feel like an idiot for being so apprehensive earlier, especially about Shizune, who I assumed would be all business. Well, she still seems like that, just less so, I guess. Huh? Alright, we even haven't touched the assignment. We should start work now, or Shi-chan will get mad. The assignment is also kinda long, so we should start now, even if we want to finish it. Before the end of class. Wahaha, that too. Shizune glares at the two of us impatiently. I don't need to know sign language to understand that. Okay, I get the message. After class, we can take a walk around the grounds together. It's a nice day today, okay? Sorry if you hear any background noise. I have a younger brother, and sometimes he just wants to eat, so yeah, I have a family. Yeah, that's all. The assignment is actually very challenging to get through, combining aspects of being both difficult and unnecessarily long. Really? I always found science to be pretty easy. That could also be because I have a mom who's very interested in science, so. Still, we finished it a few minutes earlier than anyone else in the class, despite our late start. Shizune and Misha are really capable. They're quite different though. Their class rep is as calm and professional as she looks, while Misha is a lot more playful and girlish. Not to mention a little more easily distracted. To be honest, the two of them did most of the work. I feel guilty about that. I want that as our class bell. That sounded cool. The clock tower bells ring, signaling the end of the period. Time for lunch. What time is it? It's time for lunch. What time is it? It's time for lunch. Time is it? Time for lunch. It's lunchtime. Hey, what's for lunch? Without knowing what else to do, I follow Misha, who is beckoning me into the hallway and down the stairs. We descend even below the lobby where I meet Muto, down to the bottom floor. Just like everything in the school, the cafeteria seems too spacious and oddly modern, in contrast to the classic exterior. Exactly. Its big windows open to the courtyard towards the main gate. It's the cafeteria! Her enthusiastic statement of the obvious makes people around us stare, but Misha doesn't seem to care, so we proceed to the line. There is a rather long list of menu options, which seems great until that many of them are to accommodate students who need special diets. This is nice background music. How nice! It almost feels like I'm back at the hospital, eating portions measured with scientific precision to make the needs of patients. I pick something up at random and follow Shizune to a table, sitting opposite of her. As I nibble indifferently at the food I'd rather not eat, Misha pokes me in the side to get my attention and points to Shizune. I don't understand science, so the point escapes me. Maybe looking at a person who talks to you is proper and polite? Do you want to know something? What? Uh-oh. About anything. We're your guides. So you should ask if there is something. I wonder. I'm going to save here. So just in case if I want to do a different option later on in time. Just do it right here. So I think I got everything I need to know. Ask about the library, or ask about Shizune's deafness. As you can tell by this check mark, that means I've already gone through a bit of it. So I know I know what you get if you go through here. So, and I really want to play through that character's story. So I'm gonna choose this one. Oh yeah, is there a library in the school? Lately I've got into reading a lot, so I'd like to check it out. Misha gives the kind of frown that makes it clear she doesn't consider reading a healthy hobby, but then picks up her smile again. There it is! It's on the second floor. We could show it to you sometime. Thanks. I return to my food while the girls talk between themselves. Misha and Suzune sign back and forth very animatedly. Animatedly. That doesn't sound right. Throwing sideways glances at me, but Misha refrains from translating. Maybe they are talking about secret girl stuff or something. I quickly notice a conversation in sign that is not enough to fill a silence. We arrived in the classroom early, but we're not the first. That dark-haired girl I noticed before I slumped over her desk at the last row. She jumps a little when Misha crashes into the room with the elegance of a rhino. Much elegance. She shrinks deeper into her seat. I can feel her tension all the way from here, as if she were slowly turning into stone just from our presence. Misha and Shizune either don't notice or don't mind it, as they walk directly past her to their seats and begin to converse. I'm left wondering about her, even when the classroom slowly fills with other students and finally, the teacher. Getting into the rhythm of school feels strange, as it's as if my brain remembers how this is done, but my body doesn't. Towards the end of class, I start yawning and counting the minutes left. Me during 5th period, because 5th period is way too fucking long. I shouldn't be this tired on my first day of school. Oh. Dang it, I'm now yawning. Maybe it's the long time spent in the hospital that made me like this. I'm even feeling physically weak and lifeless. Okay. I plugged in my laptop, now we're good to go. Before long, the final bell rings. School is finally over for the day. Besides me, Misha and Suzune are having a short conversation. After a bit of deliberation, Misha turns to me. Unfortunately, we can't stay and show you around today, Hee-chan. We've got to hurry already, since there is a lot of work for us to do. You'll find your way out around here, I'm sure of it. Wait. The teacher said I've had to see the nurse. Where do I have to go? Is that so? We could at least show you that much. Come on, the nurses have their own building, so we have to go outside. We joined the flow of students making their way down the stairwell and outside, with the girls pointing out other senior classrooms in the same hallway as ours. When we get outside, the girls make their way to the smaller building right next to the school. Here? Is it like somewhere off screen? I don't know. It's built in the same style, so it looks it's actually part of the main building. This is the auxiliary building here. There's a lot of official and important stuff inside, like the Yamakuke Foundation office and all the nurses' offices. I think I'm speaking too fast, I'm sorry. They even have a swimming pool. Ooh, swimming pool. Fancy. How was that official? Yeah, question everything, Hisao. Don't be silly, Hee-chan. It's for physical therapy, of course. Anyway, all the nursing staff facilities are in there too. The head's nurse office is on the first floor. You'll be fine from here, right? We'll be going then. See you tomorrow. Bye, Misha and Shizune. Yeah, thanks. Bye. A whole building for stuff that has nothing to do with the actual education? I guess it's necessary for a place like this. I walk in, hoping that this will be only a quick visit, like the teacher said. On a white door on the left is a green cross with the text, Head Nurse, and a nameplate. Ooh, nameplates. A voice from inside responds to my knock almost immediately, but I can't quite make it out. It sounded like a like an invitation to open the door, so I invite myself further in. The room is not large and it smells strange. A friendly-looking man turns around on his office chair to face me as I enter. His desk is neat and tidy, but the bent end of the table is overflowing with used medical utensils, and there are at least a dozen coffee cup rings lingering on the desk. And look how freaking clean it is. My aesthetic right over here. Nurse! Hello there. Okay, how am I supposed to voice this? Hello there. What can I do for you today? He's young. He is young looking and sort of rugged, but the dimples in his cheeks wash that impression away when he smiles. Are you the nurse? He smiles like a person who has heard this very same question hundreds of times. Why, yes I am. It says so on the door, no? You can call me by my name or just the nurse, like everyone else. Of course, I shake off my confusion, realizing I should grab his extended hand. His handshake is rather firm and friendly. Right, I'm a new student and my homeroom teacher told me to come and meet you. My name is Isan Nakai. His eyes light up with revelation as he snaps his fingers. Those are some pretty eyes. Oh, you're that, Nakai. I was just reading your file this morning. Some kind of chronic arrhythmia and related congenital heart muscle deficiency, right? He just needs me to sit down in a vacant armchair in front of his desk. Yeah. Good. Well, you've probably been briefed about the school enough, so I'll just go over this quickly. We have all kinds of facilities available, mostly physical therapy and such. There's always someone from my staff around, even at night, so never hesitate to call us if there is a problem. The famous 24-hour nursing staff. Wow, this is like a hospital. Well, not exactly. For instance, we don't do brain surgery here. Yes, that would have been really cool if you guys did brain surgery. His joke feels so out of place that I'm left thinking why he even said it. Yeah, just that it's really weird to have so many medical people at a school. I'll get used to it. I'm not so sure of that myself, but I don't let the nurse know it. Now, let me just find your file again. While he searches for something from his computer and shovels stacks of papers around, I let my gaze wander around the room. It's the epitome of generic, as I like to say. Beige walls and ceilings, dark gray laminate flooring, and all the equipment you'd expect from a school's nurse office. Even the ridiculous educational posters are hanging on all four walls, reminding me to eat properly 3 times a day and from all the food groups. No, screw vegetables. Smiling, the nurse draws a thick file from a stack of similarly thick files and opens it. So, you've already had medication for the arrhythmia. Just remember to take your pills every morning and evening or it won't be help much. Oh man, I'm getting tired of reading. Apart from that, do you do any sports? Rash stuff like, I don't know, boxing? Oh look, he's blushing. That's adorable. He grins to his own joke, but I don't. Well, I played soccer occasionally with some classmates. Alright, I'm afraid I'm going to have to refrain you from doing that, at least for the time being. Oh. My lack of reaction makes him raise an eyebrow, but really, I'm not too bothered by him forbidding me to kick a ball around. I guess I never did it out of burning passion for the sport, just to have something to do. Any kind of concussion might be very dangerous to your heart, and risking another attack is not a good idea. Was the previous one caused by a sudden concussion to the chest area? There's no mention of the cause in your papers. Not exactly. I sidestepped the question acceptably, and he glances at me over his papers with a more serious expression on his face. So, you need to keep your body healthy, so some exercise would do you good. We have physical therapy and such available, as I said, but I don't think you'll really need such heavy measures. Just get some light exercise regularly. Brisk walks or even light jogging, jumping rope, that sort of thing. Swimming maybe? There's a pool here. Pools are cool. MK really likes pools. I don't know why she does. So I was told. You were? Very good. At any rate, and I'm sure you've been told this before, you just need to take care not to overexert yourself. He wags his finger to emphasize the point. No. No need, really. I heard this 1,000 times already. Absolutely no unnecessary risks. I can't pronounce words today. God damn it. Take care of yourself. Okay. He gives over my papers one more time and sets them on the desk, obviously content. Good. That's it then. Come meet me if you ever need something. I'm ushered out before I even realize it. A quick visit, indeed. I end up standing in front of the main building and the auxiliary building, although to my eyes, they still look one and the same. It's the first real look I get at the other students, so I watch people coming out of the school, going towards the gate or the dorms. Everyone seems to know where they are going. And I still keep thinking that most of them don't look too special for being students at a special school. Then again, neither do I. Does that make me one of them? One of us? I should go somewhere too, to prevent me from getting lost. It's around dinner time, but I feel tired instead of hungry. The weariness in me only grows as I trudge towards the dorms, set a little way apart from the main building complex. There is a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms, shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh cut grass that fills the atmosphere. This looks like such a good school. I want to go. It dawns on my tired mind that this smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The dorm building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, it feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward, going inside. Look at this art though, it looks cool. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like in the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the ends of the hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems like only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off to the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seem to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy room 119. The nameplate on the room adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 17, so I knock lightly. Hello, is anyone home? From inside, I hear a few movements, then a clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. Ugh, it's this character. A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He's looking at me very intently through his extremely thick glasses. Who is it? Blind? No, at least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. Ew. He found Nakai. I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce His face suddenly brightens in realization, and he stands back upright, thrusting his hand in a smiling greeting, almost straight to my diaphragm. Oh, sup dude. The name's Kenji. Ah, hi. I take Kenji's sweating hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and behovement welcome. There was some suspicious looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? 'Cause they could have been some other people too. You can't judge a book by its cover. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man, he Sal. Sounds like what? I feel like he's one of those drunk people you meet at bars. Me, I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. A wise decision. Damn, you're smarter than you look. Probably. What do you look like? I hope I'm not smart. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment in search of the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Yes, you would totally put it in the door numbered 118. You're so smart, Isao. Bleak beige walls, white linen. This isn't white. What? A desk with some type of light wood. Ugly curtains. The worst curtains out there. Ugly curtains. It's no one's room. I'm personal. Like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. Also, it seems like there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, He-chan. So his parents call him He-chan, huh? He-chan, He-chan, he sells He-chan. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. Yeah, if you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least I don't have any to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have. Then there would be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on my bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming and for the entire day too. I still am, I think. Damn, I have to distract myself somehow. I won't be this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow, I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, reading is cool. But for now, you gotta take some medication. The bottle of medications neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. I pick up one and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside. And then read the glued-on pharmacy label. Hisao Nakai, 2 tablets daily to stay alive. That's sad. It doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kind of twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again, feeling hollow and uncertain, and after that I keep staring at the blank, unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. It doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after darkness falls and long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes for room temperature here. Soon the lighter shades of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. So I think this is a good place to stop. Okay, so thanks for watching. I'm very sorry about how awkward and how awkward I sound and how I keep on mispronouncing things. So see ya in the next video. Bye guys.